the highest peak in this area, Mount Calamorro. You can see the cable cars going by right there. There is here also up on the top of the mountain a bird of prey education center where they do like a falconry show. Beautiful view from up here. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Malaga. Not actually in Malaga. We are actually outside of Malaga. We're in a spot that is down the way a little bit, maybe about 20-minute train ride away along the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Today we are in Benalmádena. And today we're here because up here in Benalmádena, as you can see right here, there is Teleférico. You can see the cable cars going by right there. And the Teleférico goes up the mountain, up above this little amusement park here, up to the mountain which we can't really see right now. Hold on, I'll get a better shot from across the street. That right there is Mount Calamorro, and we're going to be going up to the very top of Mount Calamorro, up there on the cable car. Should be a beautiful view from up there, so come along. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you want to help out the channel and help it grow, I really would appreciate it. Click on the like button down there, the subscribe button, and the little bell next to it to be notified for when new videos drop. It really helps the channel grow because it's going to help the YouTube algorithm recognize this content and spread it to other YouTube viewers. If you'd like to support the channel monetarily, I would appreciate that as well. You can leave a super thanks by clicking this thanks button here and give a small donation to the channel. I appreciate your support. So back to the video, enjoy. Down here at the bottom, there's the ticket office. Over here also, looks like there's a little snack bar, not open right now. And just some other stuff. We're actually right across the street here from the, I think is some sort of an amusement park. And the cable cars right over there. You can see them going around. So I think it's time to get our ticket and head up there and see what we can see up at the top of the hill. Absolutely beautiful view from up here, all the way down Benalmádena, down there, and there are a couple other towns. This town sort of right over here next to Benalmádena is Torremolinos, and all the way out there you can see Malaga right out there. You can see the port of Malaga, the airport in between, and up here in the hills on our way up there were of course these it's like really nice real estate development that they were doing up here, like right in there, building some really nice expensive looking houses and other things. As you get further up the hill, of course, I think like the views get better and the real estate gets more expensive. but really beautiful. Beautiful day for this too. There's a cloud like right above us blocking the sun just for right now, but a very, very beautiful view, a very beautiful sunny day. The weather here has been really, really good, which of course is a welcome change after our stay in Moldova, which I enjoyed quite a bit, but the weather was not great. Beautiful. And from here also, you can go further up the hill. There's a little ways to hike up the hill to like another spot up there. You can actually hike all the way up from the bottom. There's a trail, and we passed over it a couple of times, the hiking trail, to get up here. So if you're a real psychopath and you want to hike up here, you can do that, or you just take the teleferico. Also over here, sort of in the direction over towards Malaga and towards the airport, it looks like there's some sort of a mine here. They're doing some kind of mining up in the hills for what I do not know, but it's a weird, kind of interesting contrast between the mountain view with the expensive real estate, the tourist attraction up here of the cable car up on top of the mountain, and then also they're like digging into the mountain, mining out whatever the heck's in there. But this mountain is like the highest peak in this area. I don't know if this is the highest, like the tallest mountain in Spain. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's definitely the highest peak around here. And like you saw from the very beginning of the video, you can see it from a lot of places in Malaga. If you get a good view, at least if the buildings allow for a good view, you get a view of this mountain from all down there. I mean, you can see along the coast, pretty much anywhere along the coast, even down in Malaga. I think there are probably places where you can like spot this mountain out in the distance if the weather's clear enough. But man, beautiful view from up here. Very glad to decide to come up here. I think perhaps this might be the hiking trail to go up and down. Looks also like this is possibly where people drive up and down, at least, like the employees, people that work up here, because not just the cable car is up here. Up at the top here, there's also like a little cafe. It's right on the other side of the cable car station there. We can go over and check that out for sure. And it looks like there's some more stuff up here. I don't know if these are like little gift shops, or perhaps there's more than one restaurant or cafe. But just like there was at the bottom, there's some stuff to do up here as well. Stuff to see, stuff to eat, I guess. But I think that we're walking down here, this may actually be the hiking trail. And I think from here, be able to get a view of the trail going down. Yeah, oh yeah. You can see it right there in the distance, snaking its way down the mountain. Wild. Not for me. Not for me, that's for sure. But I'm sure some people would quite enjoy it. And actually, you can see, I've just noticed, you can see some of the like more inland communities, and maybe even, I don't think that's parts of Malaga. I think these are other towns over there in between the two peaks, this lower peak and then the higher peak that we're on here. This whole area from Malaga all the way down the coast, like all the way down to ultimately like Marbella in Spain, and then past there all the way down to like Gibraltar, along what they call the Costa del Sol here. It's pretty sprawl. I think it's pretty much sprawls all the way down until you get down to like Marbella and Gibraltar. Very cool. All right, I think it's time to head back up. I want to see this little cafe just to see what they have on offer here. There's a map here of the trail system, the entire trail system up here in the peaks around Benalmádena, and all the different peaks, like the different elevation of each of the trails. So if you want to hike up through here, there's more than just the trail to come up here to the top of this mountain, but the other peaks as well. pretty extensive trail system up here for hiking. And good information here telling you like how you can do it, whether on bicycle or on foot, how long it takes, estimated, what the elevation is, what the distance is. Not bad. Good information up here. This is along the, like near the station. There's the station, and there's some like, that's where the cafeteria is, the cafe, and there's little like food stalls, little vendors, snack stuff, and as you can see, it's quite popular up here. There's a lot of people up here today, and we're even here on a weekday, on like a weekday in the late morning, and quite popular. Lots of people. But along here, all the little snack places with little terraces and tables out back where you can eat and get a view out onto the Benalmadena. Oh, and look here, right here. Can you see this? There's an airplane coming in. I don't know if this is going to come through on the video, but an airplane coming in from over the Mediterranean to land at the airport. It's a very cool airport here in Benalmadena. Or in Malaga. The airport is like between Benalmadena and Malaga, and the landing pattern is over the sea. So you come in over the Mediterranean and land like the runway runs perpendicular to the shore, which is really cool. I can actually see another plane coming in the landing pattern, like way out there. I don't know if you can see this. I hope this comes through in the video, but like there is another plane way out there coming in the landing pattern, about to land. It'll probably be at the airport in a couple of minutes. Very cool. Nice little cafe with the expected menu here. Burgers, pizza, soft serve ice cream, sandwiches. There is a spectacular air hockey table, and right next to it, of course, cable cars. Kind of nice actually the way the cafe is set up. Like you can get a view out the windows, like out watching the cable cars go down, and then also like outside. Outside, there's like a little terrace out here where you can get a nice view while you're eating. Very cool. There is here also up on the top of the mountain a bird of prey education center where they do like a falconry show. No. Wasn't allowed to film with the camera, but was able to film with my phone some of the falconry show up here. So this education center that they have shows a couple times a day, and at first I was a little put off because when you first walk in, the birds of prey are like sitting out sort of on display, and they have these little cables that are like tied to their legs so that they stay in one place and you can like take pictures of them. And that was pretty off-putting to me until I learned a little bit more about the education center, which I think is a little better because they do this show, like I said, a couple times a day. And the birds fly from different points up around the audience over to the handlers. It seems like the handlers actually have a good relationship with the birds. And what I found out was that when the show is not happening, in all the hours where the show is not happening, the birds are actually free to fly up around in the hills. They fly around the hills and just do their normal bird of prey thing. But I think because they were probably all bred in captivity, they've imprinted on the handlers, so they always come back to their enclosures at night. And then, for a few hours a day, they do this show here, which I guess is not that bad, and all the proceeds of the show go towards conservation efforts for the birds of prey that live up in the hills around here. If you've seen these kinds of shows before, it's pretty similar. Someone holds up like a little platform and the bird flies between the handlers and some of the audience members. They also do parts where like they take, at least for this one vulture, they sort of took him around to different audience members, and they get them to like sit up on your arms and stuff. It's kind of fun and interactive for the audience members. They actually separate at the beginning the audience. They say sit in these sections if you want to be interactive and sit in these sections if you don't. I didn't really know what to expect, so I sat in the, and I wanted to film, so I sat in the not interactive sections. They do a part where they throw like little bits of meat up into the air and the birds fly in and catch them out of the air. They have a lot of different types of birds, owls, vultures, smaller birds of prey, and also large like birds of prey as well. They had some eagles that you'll probably see a little bit later in the video. They had this bald eagle that was pretty cool, pretty majestic, sort of flying back and forth between the two handlers. Quite surprised that I was able to get this shot with my phone, but there is an eagle that like flies around very, very high up in the sky, and they pull out this lure out on the stage and call the eagle, and it comes soaring down from the sky and lands on the stage from like way, way, way up. Like I said, originally I was a little put off by the birds being like tied down at the very beginning of the show, but of course by giving them the opportunity to fly around the whole like rest of the day when they're not doing the show free out in the hills, and because like I said, I'm pretty sure that these birds are imprinted on humans, meaning they're not really able to be released into the wild because they wouldn't be able to survive without humans at this point. It's nice that they have a sort of a conservation effort here that can in a way generate revenue to feed into more conservation for wild birds around the area. Well, that's it. Made our way back down the hill on the Teleférico, back down here to the bottom at the station, going over that abandoned amusement park. And the place is like, I don't know, it's kind of creepy. I wonder what the story is there. I don't know exactly when it was abandoned or how long it's been closed. Looks like pretty recently, I guess, but like, who knows? I did see a website on the way back down. Maybe I'll look it up and try and get a little more information about it. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. Man, that was pretty cool. I definitely was not expecting the like falcon and bird of prey show up at the top. That was a pretty cool surprise. Excellent views. Was expecting those. Very beautiful views of the Costa del Sol and very excellent views of Ben el Madina. Very cool. Very cool. A cool trip on a nice day, and nice to be a little bit outside of the city for one of these videos. So, like I said, that's going to do it. Stay tuned. There's more coming from here in Malaga, and we'll see you in the next one.